Hello everyone, welcome to Cope UiPath. It's me Rakesh Gupta and today we are going to talk about data scraping in UiPath. So what do you mean by data scraping? So here you can see there are two types of scraping is available. One is the screen scraping and another one is the data scraping. So whenever we have to capture the organized data, what I mean by organized data, let's say if I am on the Flipkart, and let me search for iPhone. So these are the organized data, right? Or you can say well formatted data, because here I can see the name, on the next one also I can see the name. So this is formatted in a proper format, or you can say this is organized in a proper format. Okay, so these are called the structured data. Or let me give you another example, like let's say if I will switch to Amazon and if I will search something here. So these are the structured data. Or if I will give you another example, that if I will open google.com and if I am typing UiPath here, so this is also a structured data. Why? Because here I can see the different link. Okay, this is the link, then we have the description, then again this is the link and we have the description. If I will move to page number 2, so these are the proper well organized data, right? So if we have to capture this type of data from the UiPath, so in that scenario we will use the data scraping. And screen scraping means if we have to capture some unorganized data, like here let's say I have to capture something from the Excel or from the notepad, so these are the unorganized data, right? So today we are going to talk about the data scraping, means we are going to capture structured data. So first we will do understand this by a simple example, and then we will do some practical scenario for that. So for that, if you want to do the data scraping in UiPath, so what we have to do, we have to simply click on the data scraping. So this will open the data scraping wizard. So here it's saying that open your browser or application or documents. It means we can do the data scraping on browser, application or documents anywhere which have the organized data. Okay, so as of now I am going to take the example of browser, but we can do the same on this application or documents also. Okay, so it's saying that press next in the dialog and mouse over the cursor over a data source field. So I will click on the next button and I will indicate this. So I have to capture the name of the phone, so I will indicate this and click here. So now I will click again because I have to create a pattern, right? Then only UiPath can understand that this is the pattern of data that I need to capture. So to create a pattern, I mean we have to define at least 2 elements, right? Then only we can define a pattern. So I will click on next and I will indicate this. So if you will see now on the page, it has highlighted all the phone name because it has identified the pattern for that. Okay. Now if I will open UiPath, so it's saying extract text and what is the name of the column. So let me name it as phone name, and then it's asking, do you want to extract the URL also? So what this mean, URL means if I will right click here and copy link address, so I'm just copying this link, right? And if I will hit like this, so it will open that particular phone, right? So that's what it's asking, that do you want to extract the URL? So for the demo purpose I will capture the URL as well. So I will name it as phone name URL. Okay, now I will click on the next button. Now if you will see, it has captured the entire phone name that is available on this web page, and along with that it has captured the URL also. Okay, and here we can see maximum number of results, 0 for all. Like if you will see here, so this is having so many pages, right? So if you want to capture all the results, so you can here type 0, or if you want to extract any specific number of results, let's say in my case I only want to extract 48 results, so I will write 48. Okay, now here we have an option, this edit data definition file, we will see little bit later. Extract correlated data means this particular, if I will talk about this particular phone, so what will be the correlated data to this phone? So correlated data will be 128 GB RAM, then screen size, then camera feature. So these are the fields related to this particular phone, right? So if I have to capture these things also, so I will click on extract correlated data and let me capture RAM. And again I need to identify a pattern, right? Then only it will understand. So to identify a pattern, I will click on next button and I will indicate here. Now if you will see, it has highlighted all the ROM, right? So I'm just giving it as ROM size. Again I will click on next. Now again I am getting now you will see that it has captured all the ROM. And again I am getting option, do you want to do this? So it depends upon your requirement. So as of now, let me capture one more detail. So this time I am going to capture the camera feature. And again I will click on next and define a pattern. So it has highlighted all the camera, right? And what will happen if, let's say, let me go back. I will click on the extract correlated data. Here I am clicking on camera, and if I will click on something else, so ideally I should get an error message. Let me see this. Okay, so you can see it has not captured it properly, right? Because it has taken only ROM size. So to define a pattern, we have to highlight the same field again, right? So I will click on extract correlated data, and here I will indicate this camera, and again I will indicate the camera so that it can capture those details, and I will write it just camera. So now if you will see, it has captured all the camera, right? Because I have defined the correct pattern. In this scenario I have not defined the correct pattern, that's why it's behaving like this. Okay, later on we will see how to remove this, but as of now let's go with this. So now what are the things that we have defined? We have defined that I need the phone name URL, then ROM size, then camera. Okay, and now once I will click on the finish button, so it's now asking me that each data is spanning multiple page, because if you'll see, I have said that I need 48 results. So on this particular page, I will not have the 48 results, right? So I have to span the data through multiple page. So if this is the scenario, then I will click yes, and I will indicate the next link. Okay. And if you don't want to capture the data through multiple pages, so instead of this, let me show you. Just a moment. Hit the finish button, and here just say no. Okay. So as of now I am going to cancel this. Okay. I think this one is the second one. Okay. Now what it is doing, it is attaching a browser, and here it has written the code to extract the data. Okay, and it has captured all the data. It will capture all the data that I have scraped from that web page into this extract data table. So now I will take a write range activity so that I can write this data into Excel sheet and I can show you. And let me do one more thing. Okay, these are some previous data. Let me delete this, and I am going to increase the scope of this to data from the sequence to, sorry, I will keep it as a sequence because here I am within the sequence, right? And now let me do one thing. Let me delete this temp Excel sheet, and I will write the name as phone info dot xlsx, and data table, I will pass the data table that I am getting from here. Okay, and now let me run it. Okay, so you can see it's moving through next page. So it will capture 48 results, and now if I will click on the refresh button here, so you can see it has generated a phone info. Let me open this, and you can see the timing. It has just generated this, right? 9:35. And if I will open this, so how many results we have defined? We have defined we need total 48 results. So it has captured the 48 results. Okay, but here you can see one thing, it has not given the column name. Why? Because here while writing the data, I have not selected the option add header. So let me do one more thing. One moment. Let me delete this Excel sheet and let me run this again. This time it will capture the details along with header. The header that we have defined, like phone name, phone URL and all that. So now it will start capturing from page number 2. Because we are already on page number 1. And if I will refresh this, so this time you can see here we have the header as well. Okay, let me just delete this because this is very long. Now we can see it properly. Okay, it has captured all the details. 48 there are total 49 because one row here we have added for phone name and ROM size. Okay, so let me close this. So this is how data scraping work. Okay, now coming to the practical of this. So what issue we face while doing the data scraping? Okay, so for that let me give you an example. If I will open this website, so as I said, let me delete this one also, data scraping. I'm going to delete the entire thing. We will do from the beginning. So as I said, we have to define a pattern, right? So if you will see here, so this is the question, this is the answer number 1, 2, 3, 4. For this we can define the pattern. Okay, because here also we are having 4 answers. But if I will show you, let me go on first page. Yeah, so if you will see here, option E we are having only one time. Okay, for the rest of the question we are not having answer E. So in that scenario, how you will define the pattern? So for that we have to edit the data definition file, the one that I was talking about. So let me start the data scraping and I will show you how to edit the data definition file. So I will click on the next button. Now I will click on this question because we have to identify a pattern. Here it's saying that it's in the form of table. Do you want to extract the whole table? So as of now this is not my requirement, so I'm just going to click on no, and then again I will indicate the next question so that it can create a pattern, and I will name this as question. Now I will click on next, and then I will click on extract correlated data for this E. So basically our issue will start when we have to define the pattern for E, right? Because for A, B, C, D we are already having the pattern, so we can define this easily. But for E we have to edit the data definition file. So here I am just going to write answer A, next extract correlated data, answer B, then we can do the similar thing for C and D as well. So I'm not going to capture here for C and D. Within the data definition, this edit data definition, I will write the code for C and D. Okay, so now let me click on the edit data definition, and if you'll see here on the edit data definition file, so we have to identify the pattern, in which pattern it's extracting the data. So this is for the question. Okay, so we can ignore this. If you will identify the pattern for this answer, okay, so for answer A there are total 5 line of code, and this line of code is getting changed. Okay, for answer A it's 1, for answer B it's 2, right? So now, and these all are the same, right? So now what I will do, I will copy this part only. Okay, this one no is going to teach you on the YouTube, so please pay your attention. Okay, now what I will do, I will write here answer C, and this I will make it 3. Okay, in the same way I have already copied this, so now I will make it answer D, and this one I will make it as 4. Okay, now what we will do, we have to capture the answer E also, right? So for that, one moment, I will copy this part, and here what I will do, I will write it as answer E, and here I will write as 5. And now if I will hit the OK button, so see what is happening. So you will see it has captured the question, then answer A, answer B, answer C, and answer D and E. Okay, so it has captured the result for E also, and because for rest of the question we don't have E, that's why it's blank. Okay, so let me explain you once again how we will do the data, edit the data definition file. So I will simply click on edit data definition, and then here I will try to identify the pattern, in which pattern it's taking the element. Okay, so this one is the separate, so we are not bothered about this. This one we have to take care, so that's why I have captured 2 so that I can compare those, right? I can compare both. So just by comparing this, I can see it here it's 1, here also it's 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, and this only this part is getting changed. For answer A it's 1, for answer B it's 2, right? So in the same way what will happen, for answer C it will have 3, for answer D it will have 4, for answer E it will have 5. Okay, and if this is not working, then we have to identify something else. Okay, but in this scenario this method is working. So in this way we can edit the data definition file. Again here we can define how many result I want. So let's say in this scenario I need 12 results. Okay, and once I will click on the finish button, so it will say me that do you want to span the data from multiple pages. So I will say yes, because to extract the 12 result I have to navigate through page. Okay, so I will click on yes, and I will indicate next here, and that's all. We have scraped the data. Just let me increase the scope so that we can use this for right activity. And now again I will take a right range activity, and this time I will name it as question dot xlsx And what is the seed that we have extracted? Extracted data table, right? So this thing I am going to write into this question. Here I have not given any path because I am using the root folder. Root folder means in which our project is located. So this is the root folder for this particular project. So if I will not give any path, so this will consider it as a root folder. So now let me run this. So no one is going to teach you in this much of depth. So pay your attention, and if you have liked this video, so you can hit the like button and you can subscribe the channel as well. And also you can see one more thing, the data scraping is happening in backend. Okay, you have seen that it has not opened the Google Chrome, right? Google Chrome was minimized. Why this is happening in backend? Because we have click here, simulate click. So if you want to know more about this simulate click, so you can watch my type into activity video. You can find it from my channel. So because of this simulate click, it's extracting in the backend and it's clicking on this next button. And now if I will refresh this, so here we have the question. Okay, again this time I missed to add the header, so we'll get the data without header. That is not an issue. So it has captured 12 result, right? Okay, and why it has captured only A and B? So for that, what we will do, here we will try to see the data definition file. Okay, so here we have not saved that. That's why it has captured. Here you can see only till answer B I have written the code. That's why it has extracted only till answer B. So let me delete this and I will write the code here once again. And this time we will take it as header also. So again here I will edit this. So we need result till E, right? So we have to write it 3 times. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. So this is for C and I will make it as 3. This video is going to be little bit long because we are going to discuss one more concept here, and this will be, one moment, A, B, C, this will be D, and this will be E, and this will be 5, right? And now I will click on the OK button and let me verify it once more. Yes, this time we are having till E. Okay, now if I will run this, let me go back to page 1 so that we can capture the answer E also. So this video I am just making for the purpose of learning. I will not suggest you to scrap someone else's data. This is just for the learning purpose. So if I will refresh it, here I have generated this Excel sheet. So I am going to talk about all the concept of data scraping, so just be with me. So now you can see it has captured 12 question. Here it's 13 because of this extra row of header. Then answer B, C, D and E. Okay, so in this way, what is, even if you are not getting any pattern for this E, by editing the data definition file we can capture the results. Okay, now let's move to another concept. So let me delete this and let me delete this one also. And I am going to remove the variable as well. Right, now let's move to this one. So here if you'll see, we have some data, right? And if I will click on this next page, so this is again some data. So here what I wanted to say, that these are the structured data, though we have only one tag here, or you can say the entire page, but this is in some structured way. On each page we are getting some results, right? So this you cannot say this is unstructured data. This is well and organized data. So let's say I have to capture the entire page. So in this scenario, how we are going to do that? Because if I will open the data scraping, again I am saying that I will not suggest you to scrap someone else's data. This video I am just making for the purpose of learning. Okay, so let's say if I will click on the next, so let's say I am indicating the entire page. Okay, so now to create a pattern you need to indicate a similar field, right? But on this page we are having only one page, right? So how we are going to create a pattern for that? Let me explain you in this way also. For iPhone, if we are scraping the result for iPhone, so if I am selecting this one, so I am creating a pattern by indicating this iPhone, right? So that UiPath can understand that this is the pattern of phone name. But here the scenario is that I have to capture the entire data, and for this we cannot indicate another field, okay, because we are having only one page. So in that scenario what we will do, we will indicate this page only once again. So now I will indicate the same page, and if you will see, it has highlighted the entire page. Okay, now our purpose has been solved. Okay, now what I will do, I will just name it as page content. Page content, I will click on the next button and I will click on the finish button. Okay, now let's say you have to capture 2 page or 3 page, depends upon your requirement. So obviously I have to indicate the next page link, right? So I will click on yes and I will click on next page. Okay, now before just let me do one thing. Let me increase the scope first, and let me take the right range activity as well. And page dot x and the CT, this one, because here after extracting the data I am getting this data table, extracted data table, right? So that's why here I have written the extracted data table. Okay, now what will happen if I will run this? So this is not going to run, this will fail. Okay, let me remove this continue on error, because if you will have this, so it will not show you the error message. Now if I will run this, you will see this will get failed. I will tell you why. Oh, it's my mistake. It's going to run 100 times. Let me make it 4. Okay, till now we have not generated the any data. So now you can see it's not moving to next page, right? So after 30 seconds it will give the error message. So you can see here it's giving the error message that attach browser Java in page. It's getting a selector error, giving a selector error, right? Why it's giving a selector error? Because in the attached browser I have attached this page. This page, if you will go back, you can see the title here. I have attached this page. Okay, and now it's not able to find that page. So for that I have to create a dynamic selector. So I'm just going to put a star here and I will click on validate. Now it's validating it proper. Now if I will run this will run properly. Okay, now it doesn't matter whether you are on this page or next page, because I have created a dynamic selector. So if I will show you here, it's validating this, right? So now it will run on any page, and we are going to capture how many page? We are going to capture 4 page, and let me add header as well. Now you can see it's navigating to next page. It will capture 4 page and then it will stop. So if I will refresh this, so you can see it has captured 4 results, right? 1 2 3 4. Now let me give you one more scenario. So I'm not going to explain this one. This is a task for you. Normally in our class we give assignment to everyone. So this is an assignment for you. Here I have to capture the data, okay, and I have to capture the data through multiple page. But the issue is that here for the next page I am not having any next button. I am having page like 1 2 3 4 like this. Okay, there are many websites where you have seen that we are not having any next button or previous button. They give the page number. So in that scenario, how you will navigate to next page? So this is a assignment for you guys. So if you are getting any issue, then you can drop the comment in comment section and I will answer those comments. Okay, so that's all for today. Thanks everyone.